Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You know what? I haven't been able to sleep the last couple of days. I really can't. The trade the other day is bothering me more and more. Billy Eppler's incompetence is bothering me more and more. I just can't take it. So in this video, what we're going to talk about is Billy Eppler's foolish incompetence. I don't want to say the guy's a fool because I'm not sure that's the nicest thing to say, but his actions are extremely foolish. And then we're going to get into Matt Scherzher and the nerve of this guy. The nerve of this guy. We're going to talk about that. Why there is no choice. He has to be traded. And good thing there are heavy reports right now that he is going to be traded. So we're going to get into that later in the video. So please stick around. If you like Mets content, baseball content, like, subscribe, because this is the perfect place for it. And I can't thank you enough. I really can't. So let's get into it. Billy Eppler. And like I said, I've been thinking about the trade the other day. We got two minor league young prospects for our best asset, our best trade chip, 5 days before the trade deadline. 5 days. And Billy Eppler, he spoke about it, and his comments were, "Oh, they made a good offer. We couldn't refuse. Okay, well, they made that offer 5 days, an offer you couldn't refuse 5 days before the trade deadline. How about holding out for even more of a return? How about it, right? So I'm thinking about this. The Mets, the Marlins, front office probably have a plan. They're probably like, okay, you know what? We really want David Robertson. He's the best closer on the market. We really want him. But this is how we're going to play it. On Thursday, we're going to offer this package. We'll say take it or leave it. Friday, maybe we bump it up. Saturday, maybe we bump it up. And then other teams get involved too. You give them an opportunity because most teams get involved the closer it is to the trade deadline. So then the offer goes up and up and up. It's like the Marlins go, you know what? Our first offer to Billy will be $10. We'll say that's our greatest offer, knowing very well that they'll go up to $100 or $1,000. But Billy goes, you know what? You're offering me $10? I'll take it. That's what he did. He took the first damn offer, or he took an offer that looked enticing. It's like, how could this guy doesn't know how to negotiate? He is a fool. I don't care. These can turn out to be two of the best prospects in the world, but you could have got more. That is not how you negotiate. There is a reason why everybody's wondering, this doesn't sound right. Usually these players are acquired around the trade deadline, these high-level top prospects. There's a reason why it looks odd. It's because most GMs know how to acquire the most talent. But Billy Eppler, he is so worried about blowing the damn deals. He takes these offers. He'll take the first offer. He'll take any offer that he sees as okay or good, right? But we could have had more. We could have had more teams involved. What about if another team on Thursday wasn't ready to pull the trigger, but on Monday they are? What if 3 other teams weren't ready on Thursday, but on Monday they are? Now the Marlins have to pay double or triple what they were going to have to pay. If you thought the package was good on Thursday, what about on Monday night or Tuesday morning? It is ridiculous. Mets fans, don't be fooled. All right, maybe the players are going to turn out to be good, but we could have got those players plus more. Or we could have got more players at a higher upside. They are lottery tickets right now. We got lottery tickets. And this is what bothered me. So I looked at a couple Marlins podcasts, and I was seeing, what they felt about it. And Marlins fans are giddy. They're like, we're in it. We got the best closer on the market. For basically 2 lottery tickets. Yes, Vasquez, one of the chips has a good amount of upside. Yes, but right now they are lottery tickets. Yes. I know the Marlins GM probably fast-talked Billy and probably said, I'm going to take him off the table. But you know what, Billy? You have the leverage. You have the only damn closer on the market. And you let this one GM play you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Only with the New York Mets. Only with the New York Mets. Okay? So Marlins fans are happy. I don't blame them. They got a great guy in David Robertson. He was our best reliever. No complaints. No complaints. You know, it is unbelievable. Okay, so, okay, I cannot get this out of my head. I just feel, please comment on this. Am I alone? It just, I cannot sit right with it. Even if it turns out to be a good trade, I just feel that Billy got played so bad. So bad. All right, so I got to move on. I could talk about this all day. All right, so now let's get on to Mad Max. Mad Max the other day. Okay, so he pitched last night against the Nationals. He pitched wonderfully, of course, against the Nationals. You know, I predicted this. The Mets are on a 2-game winning streak. I did a video about 3 weeks ago. I said the Mets, they're going to probably win 4 or 5 games in a row going into the trade deadline. And then the Mets are going to trade away their players. And then everybody's going to go, why are we trading? We're only 5 games out. We're trading because you did horrible. And, of course, it's so Mets-like for the last weekend of the season, especially playing the Nationals, that you'd be going on a win streak. So like the Mets, but it's obvious why we're trading. But not to Max Scherzer. It seemed like Max Scherzer was very surprised by this trade deadline move of trading away David Robertson. I mean, I could see it from a mile away. I know all of you could probably see it a mile away, but I'm trying to bring up his specific comments because I want to address those. So they asked Scherzher about it last night, and Scherzher intends, he's clueless, he intends to speak to Mets brass. He needs to speak to them immediately now that the Mets have declared themselves as sellers. Of course, you're the reason why we're sellers. You, $43 million man. How about be a leader in the clubhouse? How about pulling guys, bringing guys up? You know, there's more than on the field stuff when you get paid $43 million. You got to be a leader on the field and off the field. No doubt about it. He hasn't been a leader off the field. He hasn't been a performer on the field. He's been terrible. Now, with these comments, he's a toxic man in the locker room. That is why I said you have no choice but to trade him. He thinks he's entitled. He has to be on a winning ball club, right? He wants his World Series, even though he has contributed little to being on that winning team, right? I would feel different about this if the guy was like 10-1 or 11-1. He's got a sub-3 on average, and he's pitching phenomenal. I would feel completely different. But he has done nothing to contribute to a winning culture, nothing to contribute to a winning team. But he feels he should be on a winning team. $43 million is not enough. If you're going to sell, you need to trade me. Yeah, okay. All right. So the rumor is, and take this, and this is the rumor we're going to talk about. I just read this on Twitter. Take this for what it is. I saw it reported from Bob Nightingale that the Mets are in heavy talks to trade Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer, he's got to get out of here. They are in heavy talks to trade him to the Texas Rangers. So he could join Jacob deGrom. Good riddance. Good riddance. Enjoy Texas. Also, to get back to Max, and he said, I got to have a conversation with the front office about everything. That's the most I'm going to say when asked about this. You have to talk to the brass. You have to understand what they see, what they're going to do. That's the best I can tell you. So he has to understand it because he doesn't know why we're selling. I mean, it's apparent to me. You guys stunk. One of the worst teams in baseball. One of the biggest disappointments in MLB history. You need that being made clear to you? You can't see that for yourself? Wow. Okay, all right. You need Steve Cohen to say it to your face? That's fine. So these comments were made yesterday, Friday. Today is Saturday. That is probably why there's a bunch of rumors going on about Scherzer being dealt. And Scherzer delivered those 7 great innings yesterday, of course, against the Nationals. And more quotes from Max, Mad Max. Mad Max goes, "We put ourselves in this position," Scherzer says. "We haven't played as well as a team. I've had a hand in that for why we've been in this position that we're at. Can't get mad at anybody but yourself, but it stinks." All right, so at least he's taking some of the blame. That really takes some of the edge off, you know. At least he sees that he is part of it. I mean, $43 million used to be no part of the blame, but that is what it is. And, okay. Okay. So then he goes on to say that look at our record, look at the standings. Our record is our record. Obviously, the front office has decisions to make. Steve has decisions to make. We've got to understand what the direction of the organization is going to be. So I believe the direction of the organization, especially after the David Robertson trade, the direction seems to be fairly obvious. But, okay, so he's going to get that clarity, and that's why I'm pretty sure he's going to be traded today, tomorrow, definitely before the trade deadline. So that is that. Okay, and the next topic we have is, this was a very interesting interview. They interviewed Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, and Brandon Nimmo last night about the David Robertson move and the direction of the Mets. And I found it like really hilarious and comical because, you know, they go to Big Pete and Pete's like, you know, we're still going to try to win. The young guys are going to have to step up. And then, you know, but he's got a very serious, somber tone. Then they would go to Nimmo, and Nimmo's like, yeah, this is not the way the season was supposed to turn out. Things didn't go right, but we're going to have to make the best out of it. Both their tones were both like serious and somber. And then they pan over to Francisco Lindor. And Francisco's like, yeah, we still have an amazing opportunity to make the playoffs and this and that. So, I mean, like, everybody's talking about making the best out of a bad situation. And Lindor's like, no, what is it? We're going to make the playoffs. You know, so I got to give him a lot of credit for, like, at least having a good positive attitude. I actually did like that. But the way the camera was, like, you know, was going from Nimmo to Alonso to Lindor, I actually thought it was actually, like, I thought it was a bit comedic. So check that out. It's interesting to see their feedback on the Robertson trade and the Mets situation where they find themselves. So please check that out. So, okay, that's what we have on today's video. Wrap it up. We have Eppler's incompetence. We have Mad Max cluelessness. And then we have, reaction from Nimmo, Alonso, and Francisco Lindor. Basically the core of our team right now. So that is interesting. If you could drop a comment, a like. If you're not a member, why not? Not so hard. Subscribe right now. Just press the button. Thank you so much. Let's go Mets. It can't get any worse, but definitely probably will. It's New York Mets. Hope it doesn't, but been doing so. All right. I will talk to you when I hear some more news.